the place for comic book and anime reviews.
Hello you guys, welcome to Brother Campbell 12's YouTube channel. Pray for your comic book and anime reviews. This is my review of Magilumiere Magical Girls Inc. So this is a series that is dealing with magical girls, as this was like a job company corporation type of deal where you have multiple magical girl companies and people can hire to handle different threats pretty much. These threats don't have a lot of autonomy to them. They don't have really a lot of depth. They're just like kind of like these natural disasters that kind of happen throughout the town that magical girls kind of go to deal with. It deals with the character known as Kana and her partner Hitomi. Those are the main characters we're dealing with. My favorite character from both of them are definitely Hitomi. I really love Hitomi. She has that fun, fiery spirit. She really lifts up a lot of the characters around her, including Kana. And I really like how, gives us positive energy every time she kind of comes in and like does her job. And I like her character. She's a very fun character. She's definitely playing the older sister type. She's definitely the more mature one. And she obviously has a lot of experience, but she also is very like playful with that experience. She acknowledges that Kana had different strengths than her, and she's not really the type who like really book smarty, where she's gonna like take a lot of time and go into the book. She kind of goes out, does a thing, and doesn't really think about any of the other implications around that thing. And I really liked it about her character. It makes her more fun and very much more relatable in that sort of fashion. I do really like Kana as well. I love her. I love her design most of all. The little twin tail and the outfit that both of them wear. Those are really cool. Like aesthetically pleasing designs. I think everyone in this show has a pretty pleasing design actually. Maybe the exception of the magical girls who work for K, who is a separate organization who is kind of rivaling with Magilumiere, who is the company's name, who they're working for. So we're dealing with these two kind of competing companies throughout this series as well. One known as Magilumiere, who's led by a cross-dressing man named Koichi. I really love Koichi as well. I think he's really fun. I think the relationship throughout all the characters in Magilumiere is actually really fun. I think, especially as the series goes on, you see more of their interactions, their bonds kind of grow throughout the season. I thought that was really, really good. And the relationship between Koichi and Kei is really interesting. It's something I can't wait to see if they ever do a season 2, which I believe they are. I definitely want to see a continuation of this series because it's so funny. It has such a high energy to it. And the dub before this was phenomenal as well. The voice acting, great throughout. And I just really dug all the aspects of it. And it really kept me coming back to watch it each week. It very much kept my attention going. And that was a very big thing for a series like this. A magical girl series like this, for it to really like have grabbed me and really took hold of me and like really took me on this journey with these characters. One of my criticisms of the series kind of does deal with the villains, not only because they're like very shallow and they're very much just like natural disaster types, but also their role in the actual plot, because there's definitely a story going on here with Koichi and him kind of like being able to figure out what's going to happen before it happens, and him being able to like plan for different things. I was definitely wanting to see more with that. I really want to see more with what's going on with Koichi and these threats, and if there's any type of connection going on, because it's definitely alluding to a connection there, but they don't really go into it. At least in this season, they don't. We still have more seasons to go for this series, so we'll see where that goes going forward. I do want to spend some time on the K Koji dynamic a little bit, because I find that the whole concept of the different ways of doing their jobs to be very fascinating. So you have this whole idea that's brought up early on, which is the idea of aesthetics, having an aesthetic. And there's a very fun aesthetic that characters in Magilumiere have that's very different from the very corporate aesthetic of K. And it's kind of this idea of corporatization versus having kind of like fun at your job. And I find that to be a very interesting way of taking this series going, because it is something that goes throughout the entire season. Like, this theme very much comes up continuously, and it's a big part of what makes this company what it is its aesthetics. And I definitely want to see more of that going forward. I want to see more interaction between Kay and Koichi throughout next season as well, because I think that's a very fascinating relationship that I want more of. And I definitely can't wait to see where they go with it in the next season. Anyway, that's on this series, you guys, of Magilumiere Magical Girls Inc. I will catch you guys later.